Monday afternoon, everybody. Hope you're all well. We've got a nice 24-degree day here, which is actually really good. So the snow is nice and cold. It's not super windy or nothing like that. So today we needed to pull all the RC race packs down and start cycling them. That's just part of dealing with storing LiPo batteries, especially high rate draw ones. I decided the best way to cycle the basher packs, more of the economy batteries, is to actually just charge them and put them in a monster truck and go out there and pull on that trigger. So we've been playing with the son of a digger. I'll show you. So that's one of my monster trucks. That's the low C LMT. That's the son of a digger. And then of course there's the charging setup there. So we're cycling batteries. I do need to get the other two down. The grave digger's over there as well. So anyhow, so we're going to continue to have some fun. We're having a lot of fun. I got some big snow piles and some mounds of dirt that have snow on them, and we're climbing over all that stuff. We're having a blast. So today's video mainly is to kind of give you a little bit of a shop update, some positive vibes, but mainly the 55 Street Machine group build. We've made some progress in the last couple days, so we're going to kind of make this into an update video for the 55. I'm having a lot of fun with that. Really a lot of fun. Trying some different techniques again. Playing with a few different things. We've messed around with some different ways of forming some plastic, forming some metal, and really having a ball with this thing. That's first and foremost. If I'm not having fun, then you basically lost me. My ADD kicks in and I'll go somewhere else. But also clubs, right? So in 2025, I have a few New Year's resolutions that I'm going to try and stick to, and one of them is to try and be more active in model clubs that are closer to me and in my region. So there are two in the state of Minnesota that I want to get more involved with, and they seem to be a great group of guys. First and foremost, that's what I look for. I'm very picky about joining clubs and groups because from the one-to-one side, I've seen a lot of bad versus good, and it's very hard to find some good stuff. So the one-to-one stuff is kind of tainted, well, not just me, quite a few other people as well. So that's just kind of a thing, right? So you see a lot of smaller groups now in one-to-one car clubs, meaning where they're 100 or less, because it can be a pain in the butt. The biggest automotive club that I belong to is MSRA, the Minnesota Street Rod Association. Those guys always been really cool. I've never had any issues with that club, and that's a huge club. So some of these other ones have kind of been somewhat of a nightmare. There is one that I haven't signed up for, and that's a Mopar group, and I probably will sign up for 25 to be a part of that too. But as far as modeling goes, I definitely want to get involved with the two up here. That's RPM and MCCM. They seem really good, but also midsummer I decided to get involved with another one that was kind of a distance one. I wanted to see if it would work, and that has been my buddy Paul over there at Left Coast Model Car Builds has the coast to coast. So we do Zoom meetings and all that stuff that worked really well, and so I got involved with that one, and that one's been a lot of fun. It's a great club to be a part of. So we talk quite often, all of us guys. So really a lot of fun. And then of course, as of recently, for the last month, which I've been following their page, and this is really an honor to be a part of this group as well, which is the MSM, which is the Midwest Scale Modelers. And they're kind of based out of the Illinois areas, but there's a lot of people surrounding that are in this group, this club. I've had the pleasure of, I think it was February, which was NNL North. It was either February or March. I got to meet Tim and Debbie Kasper. This one here, everybody knows, this was the cover vehicle for the contest cars. And then, of course, Tim's Javelin. I mean, amazing builds, both of them. Pretty much anything Tim touches anyhow turns to gold. So I'm very pleased to be able to call Tim my friend. We chat here and there, and I definitely think that's going to always become a more often, because I definitely have more things that I want to try and learn from Tim. Tim is just an extraordinary guy. So that's the first thing that I look for in these clubs, is the people. There's been a few other people that are part of that group as well, that club, and they all seem to be great people, not to mention tremendous model builders. So it was really cool. He even invited me earlier in December to go to their Christmas party. We couldn't make it because we had a prior engagement that was going on the same date, but definitely next year, Tim, I definitely want to try and make it to the Christmas party for the club. To me, I think that'd be a great little road trip for me and the wife to do. We'll have a lot of fun. So definitely want to be more involved in that. So you're going to start seeing that logo on here. And I always ask for permission before I do anybody's logos on my channel, because that's the way I believe you got to show respect. So I'm very proud to be a member of that group, that club, and you're going to start seeing that logo. And then once I get permission from the Minnesota ones too, we'll probably do that as well. So thanks again, Tim, for welcoming me in there. And let's get on with this 55 Street Machine group build. Alrighty, so this is the 55. I think I did one update for it. It's been kind of sitting because we've been doing all kinds of shop upgrades, and of course then the turkey shoot build, and just been doing a bunch of stuff. I had to get the printers all up and running, a couple weeks ago, because I needed parts for this build and I needed parts for the USAC build. I still need some parts for the USAC build, especially engine stuff. So we actually printed off the rear end and the mono leaf springs. I got them white glued right now because we were test fitting everything. And then we printed off a twin turbo setup. So we're going to put a twin turbo setup on this car, and believe it or not, it's already in there. So I was glad to get this thing to fit. This is going to be a factory frame rail car, so we had to move the front frame rails to get this to fit in there. We had to move those, and then we had to move the rear ones inboard. But we also had to remake all the firewall. We had to make a tubular core support for it. We still got to mock up and kind of fit how we're going to put the radiators in the car yet. I got to make some radiators. I think what I might do, some of the guys that I was chatting with told me that Mark Batson did a tutorial video a while back on how to make radiators and stuff like that. So I think I'm going to go back and look through his library and see what he's got for teaching how to build a radiator. I've never scratch built a radiator. So obviously the radiators are going to be very unique inside this, because this is going to be a street car. But of course we've caged this car. We still have the back seat in there, so we had to make the cage bars fit around that. All these dimensions of this cage were shrunk down from dimensions of a real 55 Chevy that we caged many moons ago. So this is very cool. Another way of seeing that you can scale stuff down and you can get stuff very close. Not to say that I didn't have to like trim a little bit more off the bottom edge when I was starting to fit this thing to get it all sitting in the cab, but nonetheless it's all there. We had to widen the interior tub. Anybody that knows this AMT kit, that the interior tub is like tapered. So when you cut the doors off this thing, to get them to look scale, and you cut the door cards out, the door would be a 1/2 inch thick, and that wouldn't be nowhere near to scale. So I had to widen the whole interior tub basically 1/4 inch all the way through, and then same thing with the rear seat. I had to add 1/8 inch to each side of the rear seat. So it's been a lot of chopping stuff up only to put filler stuff back in to glue it back together to keep it to where it looks like a stock 55. And then being that we're going with a 315 drag radio, I got the cross member in there, but I had to relocate the frame rails inboard to get that tire to fit. You can see where part of the original wheel tub is still intact, but we had to chop that up to free that loose. We chopped all of that out of there, and we're starting to mold and build out of styrene some new floor pans. We've got to mold a drive shaft tunnel in there because that's hollow. But it's getting there. Like I said, you can see where we had to move the frame rails. We're going to build a new cross member. I can put this stock 55 one on there, but this thing is just kind of, yuck. Especially for how low I'm going to get the car to sit. So this is, as Tim Kasper would say, this is going in the burn pile. And we're going to fab one up. We've already got the rear suspension all done. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to double check all my fit on these wheels as far as the wheel to tire to give me some clearance. And we're going to start painting the wheels, tires, the rear end and the springs, so we can glue that all up at one shot. And then I'm going to pin it and get it in there that way. And I can take the whole rear end assembly out as I'm building the wheel tubs. But I think the next step for this thing really is to get these hinges done. I have all the door cards made. I have the door jambs all made. The door jambs are made here. We just got to hinge the doors and figure that out. Of course, we've got to trim this window off right there. You can see that because that was part of the quarter glass on the door, and we're going to remove that because the door is going to be hinged. We're going to chop up this grill to get that open so you can see the turbos through the grill. I started building a lower valance here. Yeah, I mean, made a lot of headway with this thing. So this is the AMT, the blue and white box art. Do I have the box here? I thought I did. Yes, I do. Just so people may want to know, this is this kit here, that you can commonly get at Hobby Lobby and everywhere. Of course, I'm the Hobby Lobby bandit. So there was a little bit of warpage with the kit. Not too terribly bad. You're gonna have that, but for what I started to do, and you're chopping everything up. I mean, I've had this chassis chopped up so many times, and then to remove the frame rails and re-glue them in, it's been a process. And then same thing with the interior tub. So yeah, but I'm just glad that we got the stock hood to fit, because I really didn't want to put a scoop, or I didn't want nothing coming through the hood on this thing. So I'm very excited about that, and really looking forward to it. So we're getting there. We're at the point of starting to do some body work and paint. So I think tonight we're gonna start making hinges. If I can get the doors all done this week, I would be hopeful to say that this thing will be in primer and paint next weekend. So, and then at that point, it's just going to be a lot of detailing of parts as this stuff is curing. So, yeah. Anyhow, let's flip this guy around. Alrighty, so there you have it. That's a progress update on that car. I'm having a lot of fun. I can't say this enough. Really having a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun last year with the Duster for this group build. This group build means a lot to me. When these things mean something to me more than just the build, it's just like more fuel for me. So Jason Hanscom has been a tremendous friend to me. Ever since I reached out to him over a year ago to participate, and I didn't even have a channel, Jason has been just that stand-up dude to me. So thank you again for your friendship, Jason. I really appreciate this group build. Same thing, the USAC group build, that one means a lot to me too. I just like the whole premise of that group build, and then now that I've gotten to meet Lucas C., Matt, and then of course Mark Batson, we've had all of these fine gentlemen on the AMC show that I'm a part of. So a lot of fun. This is really a lot of fun for me, and I just want to keep growing with this positive vibe, and hopefully I can be inspiring with this channel as many of these other great people have been inspiring to me. A lot of them, you know, all of the Scale Model Car podcast guys, all their channels, between Matt, BG, Jason, Chuck, all those channels. I love watching all those channels. I'm horrible about commenting, guys, but I am watching your stuff. Trust me, I'm definitely watching your stuff. So with that being said, oh, I got one more thing. This is positive too. So Black Friday came and gone. They had a bunch of sales. Auto World did. So boom, great Christmas presents. You know, I could get a few people some Christmas presents. They love models, so I did. Well, the old shipping thing they punctured the box, and Auto World's boxes are very stout boxes. Man, was I depressed when I seen that box on the porch. Trust me, I was very depressed because those were Christmas gifts. So I knew it, and one of them, I mean, the box was pierced. One of them took the brunt, and the other ones kind of got some pressure, but I was able to kind of push on them and get them back in shape to where they're presentable for Christmas presents yet. And I don't think there's any damage to them, so they're good. But this one here, I mean, look at how it's bad. It's bad. So it's definitely busted up in there pretty bad. It's crunched. It's unreal, right? I mean, just figures, right? It's Christmas presents, and then shipping, got to do that. So being that I wanted to get the Christmas presents all out of the way, I went to the local hobby shop, found that kit, and purchased it, wrapped it, and it's already ready to go for a present. That was weeks ago. But I messaged Auto World and just said, hey, look, you know, I didn't know what they were going to do. I wasn't like bitching. I just told them, hey, you know, I don't know if you're having problems with the shipping provider, but, you know, up in this area, this shipping provider has been known to be very lax during the holidays with the packages. So I just kind of told them what was going on, and sent them pictures of the damaged box and the damaged kit and the other ones that were kind of somewhat smushed or whatever. And I just kind of left it in their hands at that point. To me, that could be great diorama parts, right? So there's still parts in the box that can be used for something. That's bottom line, right? It just sucked that it was a Christmas gift and it wasn't like something for me. If it was just something for me, I would have just sent them the thing, said, hey, look, this got damaged, no big deal, blah, blah, blah. What do you want to do? Do you want the damaged one? And I did say that. Do you want this back? They said no. So today in the mail, they sent me another one. So now I have one for me to build, and we're going to definitely do that. So this thing here I might kind of keep as a kit that I can take with for a build night on one of the car club or the model groups up here, clubs. They do a once a month deal. I think this would be a great kit to do that with. So again, Auto World, thank you very much. That's stand up on your part of the company. Round two, I think you guys are all in the same sister companies, whatever you are there. But thank you guys very much for your customer service. That means a lot that you take care of your people, even though that is not your problem. That was the shipping company's problem. So, but thank you guys. You guys stand up right there. and that means a lot. That means a lot to your customers. So, and Outer World has no idea that I have a YouTube channel. So they did not just do that because they're afraid of some backlash. They did that because they got great customer service. So thank you again, Outer World. But I think I've rambled on enough. I got batteries cooking. I got one of them begging to go in that truck, and we're going to go outside and tear up that snowbank again. So we'll see you on the next one. Hope you all have fun. I don't know that I'm going to get back on here before Christmas. So if I don't, Merry Christmas, and we'll see you after the holiday. Bye-bye, everybody.